Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
This is awesome.
The next governance committee meeting is Friday at 2:30. Here? No, at Esther's.
2:30 to 4:30.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Betsy, that was great. So right now the draft annual report is at 57 pages, so we did not make copies for everyone. We do have like 6 or so copies that people can share, but I know others have read it and have comments for me, but basically this is your chance to give me comments on the substance and content of the report. Based on what everyone agrees on here today, I'm going to be making edits, and then Jesse's going to be putting it into layout starting next week. And so, yeah, I just want to open up the discussion.
Is this the same draft? So so you haven't made changes. Do you want me
No,
to remake those?
Yeah, because that's the version everyone received. Any changes made to it need to be discussed in the open, so folks can either agree or disagree.
So the reason I asked this, Karen and I had a conversation with my comments earlier. I know that we had talked about making sure to include our challenges as well as our successes. However, one of my first comments was that usually the challenges come after your successes and you don't lead off with the challenges. So that was one suggestion.
Yeah.
The other suggestion, and this is something that, you know, it's how, and I'm sorry if I'm not framing this the way I did when we spoke, but how we are.
I have it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
My Theraflu is wearing off. Is I think what they call it in my house.
I'm glad I didn't give it to you.
I've been hand sanitizing.
Oh, there were a couple of things. First of all, I got your organization, the name wrong, and then
Oh, right.
so if you all turn to the page that lists commissioners, as you will see, some of the commissioners have organizations listed, and some have identities listed. That's just a placeholder, and so what y'all can do after this meeting is actually send me an email of how you would like to be identified. So what should be next to your name? Should it be your organization? Should it be the communities that you represent? And if I don't hear from you by the end of the week, I will keep what's already on there. But that would be really helpful.
I knew there was one that needed people to engage.
I had a comment too, and I called you about it, and I agree with that we should talk about the challenge, the successes first. That was one of the things I said, and also in a different way to talk about from May 1st going forward, because that's what you all experienced. For us, it was January to May, which is a different experience, and they're both valid. And I think we're finding a way to talk about both of those and what happened with bringing on new people. And we heard it that the onboarding was not sufficient, and then you came into a storm. That they didn't know was coming until you knew. And so I think that how do you craft that to be able to say that what happened was we had not brought that many people on since the beginning. 15 people came on in the beginning, 14 people, but we were all in alignment and accord for the excitement of being able to make something, to make history and to work on police reform. And then when you all came in, you came into Stern, and we're still trying to recover from that. With Ms. Stephen, we got that information, and then bringing on our executive director, Intern, who's doing a great job, and then bringing all of you all on. It's been a big challenge, and I want to see how we can say that and say it in a way that's complimentary, but also express the fact that it was a challenge and that we are still working through it and we're moving forward. So that was one of the things that I mentioned to Karen about, to be able to frame it in that way.
Based on the feedback that you just heard from Aaron and Reverend Walden, do folks generally agree with that, with the edits that they're suggesting? And then, yeah, Audrey?
I just have editing suggestions. I'm assuming it's not to talk about it. We can send you that back.
She said she
Yeah.
was, in the email, that they're gonna have a full edit, and then we'll give you adding edits.
Yeah, in layout, yeah.
Rather than, because I also have some.
Yeah, there's a lot. Any other comments on, the report?
I'm a little bit conflicted about that message because I think, CPC is an experiment, is unique, but it's also an opportunity to bring communities together to form a community. And I think, yes, you know, there were role exchanges and so on, but I think CPC, to highlight the challenge of actually building consensus, discussing very complex, challenging issues with community, right? I don't feel or think it's about new bodies coming in or bodies going out, but it is the complexity of community and the work itself. And I think it's a little bit a cop-out to respectfully, that is a person leaving and another person coming and new people coming. This is the work. The complexity is the work. What we're experiencing is the work, you know. So I don't know how to say it better than that, but
Well, and I think that what I was commenting on.
No, I agree.
Is that the first round of people came in on the same time, all on the same page, and that the excitement and that we had never brought on that many new people until the legislation changed. I mean, and so it was a different reality and a different experience from being in the beginning when one mayor, you know, everybody was appointed, and that system ended under the new legislation. And so when May 1st came, all the new people that came on from the new legislation came on to a situation that was already in disarray. And that's the piece that I'm talking about. I mean, and that's
and it's
the,
complex.
yeah. Well, it was always complex. I mean, it was complex to bring the DOJ to town. So complexity is not was not the issue that I was talking about. I mean, because it's been complex from the beginning. It was just the onboarding and the way that it happened with what was going on there that we all was surprised by. And we're not. I mean, I'm not sorry well, I am sorry on some ways that we had such a rough start. And if I had a magic wand, I would go back to May 1st and say, how could we fix this, and how could we do this better? And that's what this onboarding is going to be better. I mean, our commitment is to be better for new people. I mean, so that they come in, understand the learning curve, and it is complex, and understand all of that, and how to build consensus, because before we worked on consensus. I mean, most of everything was done by consensus. So there was a different reality, and so how do you create partnerships from the complexity going forward, and look at some of the issues that's hard, how we talk about hard issues, how we build all of that, and so that's all the thing, and I think that it's just being able to capture that and acknowledge it. I mean, you know, for it was difficult, and so we need to acknowledge that in a way that I talked to Karen and I think we talked to Karen about.
I think, yeah, I see what both of you are saying, and I feel like I can marry what you're both saying, because you are right. It just clicked for me right now that the reason why we had an influx of commissioners was because of the legislation.
That's right.
And that profound shift led to, I mean, it was always complex, but it led to even further complexity, which is what you're saying. And so I hear what you're saying, and I think we're going to Yeah, any other feedback on the annual report?
just like I said this to you on the phone, the comments were mostly on the front part because that was sort of the newest. But the section you did on the successes did not require a lot of editing because it was very strongly written. And I'd just like to call out the fact that we're discussing this in February, which is on time and way ahead of where we were last year, so thank you.
Yeah, Erin, you know, I keep hearing that comment, and I appreciate the acknowledgement of it. I also want to bring up the fact that, you know, the previous annual report, the staff had been working on that consistently from the year prior. And so I kind of want to disrupt the narrative that staff worked late in producing that report.
No, that's actually not where I was going with
Okay,
this.
well,
It
I
was
was
really just
misunderstanding.
positive for this.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any other comments?
Thank you so much. This is a lot.
Everyone, staff.
Yeah,
Thank you.
everybody. Thanks. I'm so glad I did not.
Wait, so what else is on the, what is the agenda?
I think that's it.
So, and do we need another draft out to you all via email for your final sign off? Jesse has to put this in layout and the co-chairs need to get a letter and my vision letter will go in as well.
It sounds like because there were a lot of suggested edits to the challenges section, maybe what I can do is rewrite that, send it out to the full commission. If I don't hear from you, I'll think it's a go and move forward with it. But if I do hear from you, then I'll send it out again and again after edits. But we do want to finalize text by Monday, and so I'll try to send something out today for you all. And if you can respond as soon as possible, that would be great.
All right,
Karen. Thank you so much.
Again, for the staff, I mean, like everybody said, this is good. Good, so yeah, progress. All right. So, Bessie, did you have anything else you wanted to add here?
No, just, some of you will be with me at the table on the 24th on Tuesday for the council appointments. And outside of that, I'll be out of the office for a family, funeral next week. So if you need anything, just email, Roxana and Alfreda, and you can always call me at my cell phone.
All right, then, so I want to thank everybody, I really thank everybody for coming and